Hi friends, welcome back to the Story Highway. Today we have a heart-touching English story called The Lonely Old Man, a tale about kindness and how even small gestures can change someone's life. So let's begin. On a chilly winter morning in London, the streets were quiet, with only a few people rushing to work, their breath turning into little clouds in the cold air. At the corner of a small park, an old man named Mr. Henry sat alone on a wooden bench. Mr. Henry was in his 70s, living alone in a small apartment, and most of his days passed in silence. He missed talking to people, but the world around him always seemed too busy. One morning, a young girl named Sophie, who walked to school every day, noticed Mr. Henry wrapped in an old coat, his hands trembling slightly from the cold. She had seen him before, but had never spoken to him, though something inside her whispered she should say hello. The next day, Sophie brought an extra cup of hot chocolate in her bag, and, as she passed the bench, she stopped and smiled, offering him the cup and cheerfully wishing him a good morning. Mr. Henry looked surprised. His eyes softened, and he smiled, thanking her and expressing how much it meant to him. From that day on, Sophie stopped at the bench every morning, sometimes bringing cookies, sometimes just a simple greeting with a smile. They began to talk, with Mr. Henry telling her stories from his younger days about traveling by train across Europe, his job as a carpenter, and memories of his dog named Charlie. Sophie listened attentively, fascinated by the stories, and Mr. Henry's days gradually felt less empty. One day, Sophie asked if he felt lonely. Mr. Henry replied that he used to, but now he looked forward to their talks, which had brought joy back into his life. Sophie realized that kindness doesn't always mean big gifts or grand gestures. Sometimes it's simply listening and sharing a smile. As winter passed, the park seemed brighter to Mr. Henry, not because of the weather, but because of the friendship he found with Sophie. So, friends, that was the story of Sophie and Mr. Henry. A little kindness can bring light into someone's life. Remember, we all have the power to make others feel less lonely, just by giving a little time and care. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to the Story Highway for more inspiring English stories. See you next time.